Hello and welcome to A Cultured Life. It's been 3 weeks since I've checked in on my worm farm. It's been what? Going on? My goodness, will this year be six months maybe? The end of this year might be 6 months since I've started this worm farm. And I've done this top layer here is now what used to be the second layer. And then a couple weeks ago, I brought like about a month ago, I brought the top layer, which is this one, down to the second layer. So this right here is now my top layer, and I'm looking for all the worms to come up. These here I just threw on the side because we were making some stew. And I just threw them in real quick. I didn't even bury them. So I knew they probably would make roots. But normally once I take the roots off and just put them in like this, normally they eat them up like that. So the worms here have eaten up this cardboard. My goodness. Look at that. This was a cereal box last year or last time. What, 3 weeks ago? My goodness, all these worms on top of here. Just hanging out, eating this cardboard. They love cardboard, my goodness. It's crazy. Oh, I think I saw, did I see a worm over here? Maybe I didn't. Let's see, and I put some of these. This is kale stalks, like the stems, the center stems of the stalks. The kale. Oh, here's a little baby. I don't know if you can see that. It's teeny, teeny, teeny baby. Let's see here. Let's check in here. Last time I just put like a whole bunch of vegetables in. I didn't put a scoby in last time. I have a scoby to put in today. This used to be, a month ago, this used to be all cardboard. Oh my goodness. It used to be all shredded up cardboard. And I've always heard people, whenever I watched videos, they always said like it smells like earth. And it's true. This smells like a garden, like earth, like what you would smell like, you would smell when you're digging up, a ground for a garden, or digging, you go to check your garden. It's what it smells like. It smells like earth. So there's some more worms up here now. My goodness. And all of this is castings now. I've seen people do this before where they put they just put cardboard in and then it turns to castings so quickly, and my goodness, it happened really fast. Like over a month. I don't really see any more shreds of cardboard, so I gotta figure out, oh, there's some cardboard right there. Some shred, it's like shredded cardboard stuck together. But this is all the vegetables I put in like a week ago. I just threw this in here. See, look, the worms love going inside there. See the worms, other worms? They're making it's like they use that as a mating ground to produce babies. There's a little baby right there. Looks like that's a little baby. They like putting the babies inside of the eggshells, which I'm like, hey, if that works for them, that's great. So there's some cardboard here. So man, they really ate up that cardboard quickly. All this vegetables is all the stuff I put in like a couple days ago. I just put it on the side here like you saw earlier. I should have got a bucket and just threw it in a bucket, but I didn't have a bucket made yet. So I just opened it up and just threw it in here. So now I'm mixing this in. Let's see what this bottom layer looks like, or the second bottom layer. Oh, look at this big guy. Oh, where'd it go? It's huge. Oh my gosh, if you see him. Oh, there's another baby. It's gigantic. Oh, that's not a baby, that's a piece of cardboard. Yeah, see, and there's the little ring on the worm that shows that it's an adult. Oh, there's one trying to get away. Get back here. Oh my goodness, they're all over the place. They're all over the place. Now I'm wondering if that person who commented on my one video that I made three weeks ago, they said that they had red wigglers about the same amount of time that, oh my gosh, they're going over the place. They're getting gigantic. They're just growing so much. Look at them. Look at them. My gosh, they're growing so much. My goodness. Somebody commented on my video from last time saying that they got blue worms and red wigglers, and I think they weren't that pleased with the blue worms, and I've heard people say that they're not pleased with blue worms. This needs some. Last time I put a whole bunch of liquid in here, and this needs some more. It's not dry, but it's like, think of potting soil. Like, you know how what potting soil feels like? It's not wet, it's not dry, it's like, I don't know if you would call it moist or not. But let me see. Let's see if any worms from down the second layer down here have moved up. Let's see. I don't know if you can see if there's any oh, the worms hanging out on the bottom. Can you see that there? Are the worms coming through? So let me put this in here diagonally so I don't hurt any of the fellow worms here. And oh, these worms, they're like curious, trying to get on the edge here. Oh, there's still a good amount of worms down here. And I heard somebody say before that that the worms will go where the moisture is. So it does seem like it's more moist down here. So right now what I'm trying to figure out, which I won't really need to figure this out till next year when, you know, springtime comes. I got to figure out how to divide the compost, or the vermicompost, what the worms make, and the worms. I need to figure out how to divide those two so that I can then, when springtime comes, I can start using this as a fertilizer for the plants I have. I just brought my plants in from outside last week because it was staying in the 40s up until last week, and then the weather said it was going to get down in the 30s and 20s. I was like, oh, I better bring him in. I had him on my porch, my back balcony, and there was a whole bunch of trees, like 2 huge trees that covered it, you know, so up above the roof. So that helped. I think that helped protect it from, you know, frost and stuff too. But I brought him in, you know, before it went below 40 degrees. So I have them in the house now. So next spring, I'll be having to learn how to separate the worms and the compost. The worms and the vermicompost. So last time I got most of the stuff out last time, most of the food and stuff. And I don't know if you remember last time, there was still a whole bunch of cocoa coir in here, the clumps of cocoa coir, and it looks like a good bit of it has broken down, or I know I broke some down last time. A good bit of it has broken down, or the worms have just, or maybe I know I was breaking some of it down, so I don't know if it's from when I was breaking it down or if the worms just did it. I know I heard from somebody on my YouTube page. They said they had the same kit as I did, and they weren't very pleased with the cocoa coir that they got in their kit either. Just because it took so long to break down. And I think it's finally getting to that point where it's finally breaking down. So I'm not sure. I wasn't really ready to transport over onto another layer, but maybe next time I do this video, maybe I'll take the top layer and put it under this second layer here, and bring up the third layer, right here. But I was hoping that by the time, it's been a month, a little over a month, I was hoping by around now that most of the worms would have been, going up to the top layer. But I've also heard people say that they've had trouble with worms migrating up to the top layer even when I had food, because the second layer was more moist. Now there's some, you can tell that's some cocoa coir right there. So that needs to get, I can still see some bits of cocoa coir in here, so that still needs to get broke down, like right there. So this isn't all vermicompost. This is just some of it is still, like, there's cocoa coir. So let's put this layer back up here, and let's feed these worms here. I have, like I said before, I remembered to get a scoby out of my kombucha today. I got it was making two new scobies on the top, and then there was one thick one on the bottom, and I just grabbed the thick one on the bottom because when you do kombucha, the old scoby is the one that settles on the bottom or floats in the middle, kind of in the middle of the kombucha, and then the new ones will be on the top. I'm trying to get all of this. I like the fact of having this cloth here, because that keeps the worms from going down to the next layer. I know last time, which was 3 weeks ago, I checked it, and this layer right here was moist. Then these other layers weren't. So I mean, that third layer, they could go down to it when this layer was moist, but the other layers weren't. The third layer, they could go down to it, but I just want to keep them here to get that. Keep them in the second layer here to get that compost, or that cocoa coir I'll ate up, which it looks like they're doing a good job doing that. So today I kind of have a whole bunch of this, the eggshells and and some of the vegetables I put in the other day. I kind of have it all thrown in here, so it's not as easily divided between the dirt and the food like it normally is, but it still works. The worms will still get it. So here's my my scoby, and oh my goodness, they love this scoby. They eat it up like crazy. They just love that. And then here's some carrots. I'm just gonna lay this in. These are the greens on the carrots. They probably love that. They usually seem like they like the greens. Here's some paper from the tea. They say be careful what you put in cardboard and paper wise. But this is organic, and I've noticed, like, on cardboard and boxes, if you look on it, like, probably the box, if you look on this tea box, it'll probably say printed with vegetable ink or something like that, so it's not going to hurt the worms. But now if you get stuff that, that's not food, or it's not organically made or printed with, the boxes or the paper isn't printed with food ink, then it probably won't be a good idea to put that in your worms, because that can be harmful. I'm sure a little bit, won't, but I mean, you don't want to make it a habit. So, I mean, that's what I heard. So, let me hey Sarah, you wanna put some water in that so I can fresh water, purified water, so I can pour some of that over top. Let me give him some of this gizzard food. Now, like I said before, some people say that they grind up, they bake or dry eggshells, and then they grind it up. But I've just been throwing the eggshells in, and it's actually been working good because they use it as a they use it for mating, it looks like, and for the babies, to keep the babies in it. So let's put this over here. So I had some carrots, and there's some eggshells from before, and tea leaves, and onion shells, and some other vegetables in here. So let me put this. Man, they just love this cardboard. This used to be a whole cereal box, and they ate the one side. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you can see that. All the worms that are on here, that's from the cereal box. They were hidden on that cereal box. So let me put some moisture in here, because it needed some more moisture. I think that should probably be good enough. And I'll just put this on top, and the worms will find their way down. So say bye-bye to the worms, and probably a couple other weeks I'll check on them. So, well, thank you for joining me and checking on the worms and feeding the worms. And signing off from Vermiculture Life. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.